Hi there, welcome back to Game84 Gaming and my latest episode of my lockdown games. So here in Scotland we're still not in lockdown, we're in different tier sections, but these games are games that I played during the lockdown. So the first game up will be Need for Speed The Run. This game's really good. It kind of took me by surprise in the same way that GoldenEye on the Wii did. I didn't expect much of it, but I really enjoyed going through this. And then the second game is Dead Space 3. Again, it's maybe the weakest of the trilogy, but I had a lot of fun playing it, and I definitely recommend playing it, at least just to finish off the trilogy of Isaac Clarke in the Dead Space trilogy. So thanks very much for watching, and I hope you enjoy. So the first game I've got here is Need for Speed The Run, released in 2011, developed and published by EA. I believe that this is the 18th Need for Speed game in the series. It's a different kind of racing game, as it has a strong story driving the gameplay forward. You take part as Jack Rourke, and he is in deep trouble with the mob, and the game starts off with you narrowly escaping being crushed inside your Porsche at a scrapyard. His deep debt with the mob sees you contact a friend who sets up a race for you. Gives you the chance to participate in a race across the US from San Francisco to New York. And this race has a £25 million dollar purse, and Jack would be able to keep 10% of it, which would see off his debts with the mob. The gameplay is edge of your seat, and at times very intense. I like how the camera kind of gets tighter on your car during like tight turns, and when you're overtaking different cars it gets a little tighter on the car. It's pretty cool, and the music as well is just really kind of, it suits the racing and the intense nature of it. You can change your cars during any of the races by entering into the gas stations, and these cars are divided into different tiers. So like certain cars are better suited towards different races, and I believe that there are about around 170 cars from 29 manufacturers. This includes like different additional content, DLCs, console exclusive content as well. The game at the moment I think is sitting at 64 on Metacritic, which I think is a little bit harsh because it's the kind of game that I'm into at the moment. It's a game that's kind of straight to the point, a little bit linear. I enjoyed racing through the varied scenery, like under waterfalls, through Las Vegas or through the Rockies, things like that. It just keeps the story to a point, and it keeps you engaged all the way through the race through US. A part of the game that got slated was the QTE parts, the quick time event parts. But again, I didn't really mind them that much. I thought they kind of added a wee bit of human engagement to a driving game, which I thought was pretty cool. And I think there's only like 3, maybe 4 parts of the game that have the QTEs, so it's really not that bad, to be honest. The graphics and the sound as well, and the story, everything in this game I think is really top quality, and I would recommend it to anyone that just wants to play a straight to the point, almost like a Hollywood experience. It is pretty cool. It's kind of like a movie, and yeah, if you just want, maybe it's I'm getting a little bit older, but I like games straight to the point with a good story driving me through it and keeps me engaged. So this game is definitely up there, and I really enjoyed it.
commanding officer at Way Station Romeo. They began reacting to bright lights, retreating to the dark corners. They were my friends and colleagues not so long ago.
Turn it off. Hey, Isaac! Turn it off.
What's going on?
Hey!
The market has to be stopped. And all the clues lead here.
Coffins everywhere. Looks like some kind of a funeral. Execution. Blood stains on the wall there at night.
So next we've got Dead Space 3, developed by Visceral Games and produced by EA, released in 2013. This game concludes Isaac's trilogy. Here we see Isaac teaming up with John Carver to go and destroy the Marker and the Necromorph threat once and for all. Ellie makes a return with a new boyfriend, Norton, along with a couple more supporting characters. But this Norton fella is an absolute twat, and I think the storytelling and the character building should be commended in this game, because as a player, when you're playing it, you really do have a real hatred for this Norton guy. Yeah, he's not very nice. Again, this has got a slightly lower score on Metacritic with 76. By no means a low score, but Dead Space fans feel like this is the worst of the trilogy. Where I do understand some of those views, because it does lean more towards action rather than the horror side of it. However, that doesn't mean it doesn't have its scary moments. It does have its fair share of jumpy moments. As you would expect, the sound design is incredible again, but graphically this game towers above part 1 and 2. The graphics in this game are stunning, absolutely brilliant. Particularly when you're floating around space among the wreckage. You know, you get the planets in the background, the sun, and the wrecked spaceship and stuff like that. It's just so cool. Even at in this part as well, this is where you can accept some of the side quests, the side missions, the optional stuff, and these parts are really cool as well, because it really expands on the lore and the story of the Dead Space universe. You know, it really takes a deep dive into different parts out with the main story, so it is pretty cool too. The locations are stunning looking. Like I said, graphically this game is brilliant, whether you're on the space stations or spaceships, or you're down on the surface in different outposts or whatever. The game's absolutely stunning. The weapon customization as well is really fleshed out, with loads of different weapon parts. You can make up your own guns basically. It's really cool. And the gunplay is what you'd expect from a Dead Space game. You know, it's Dead Space dismemberment goodness. All the fun from the previous Dead Space games, the gunplay is still fantastic. I am part of a Dead Space fans page as well on Facebook, and there's a lot of people always on there, and they are always asking, is Dead Space 3 worth playing? And I think it's definitely worth playing. I think alone, just to finish off Isaac's story, just the game is definitely worth playing. You have to play all 3 parts if you want to play Dead Space and experience Dead Space. And I've not even touched upon the co-op mode. The co-op mode is meant to be absolutely stellar. One day I'll get around to playing it. But yeah, Dead Space 3, stunning game. All the Dead Spaces together, brilliant. Highly recommended. This was 2 more games that I played during the lockdown. What do you guys think of these two games? Is there any other games that I might like looking at these games? And again, thank you very much for watching. Take care.